Okay, so here, other than the session being recorded on our system, I will also record this step-by-step demonstration and have it uploaded onto the YouTube and share the link with you guys. Okay, so here Gagan will go ahead and demonstrate a simple application. Again, this is the last part, which is the implementation part. Okay, the design parts are something we need to consider and think about before we get here. Okay, so yeah, Gagan, please go ahead.
Thanks, Professor. So, as you all know, last week we made an application in which we collected data in an Excel file through our Power App. But the thing is, sometimes we might need to analyze that data, and there are two ways to get the data. One is we collect it ourselves, like we did in our previous application, or one other way is we can collect it from open sources such as Kaggle or government website. So first, what I'll do is I'll show you how to collect data, and then I'll try to visualize that data using Power BI, and then I'll show you the sales data that I have already analyzed using Power BI, and I created a dashboard using that. Okay. So first of all, first step will be to collect the data. We go to just a journal website just to show you how we can manually collect some data. So I'll go to this website. Then I can search for a particular topic that I'm interested in. So let's say I search for WeChat. So I have some results for that. So first of all, I need to collect these results. I'll select the result and download those using export button here.
Again, here I want to like quickly make a stop, right? Why is he doing this, right? Why is he collecting data this way? Again, the problem statement here could be, let's say I am a company located in France, right? And I want to create my application in WeChat, right? WeChat as a platform, right? And then I want to build an application for the food industry, right? Now, this is a very specific problem statement, right? But WeChat as an application development platform is not available in my region right now. So how do I understand all that's going on in WeChat, right? That could be a problem statement. Again, it's a problem statement that I am thinking of. It could be different to you. And now to solve or to understand this problem statement better, what I want to do is I'll go to like frameworks or like platforms like IEEE, which will talk about technology all the time, and kind of publish some papers or some magazines about different topics. And then I go there and search for the keyword WeChat. And what comes out is like 494 articles in conferences, journals, books, and magazines that have been published over the period of time. Now, to read them one by one is going to be very time consuming, and probably that's not even going to be my focus, right? Reading is not my purpose. I have a purpose, right? Now, what I do is I download it, I use Power BI, and then I make some visualization. I target what I need to read related to my problem statement, which may be opening a restaurant, a virtual restaurant in the Chinese market, and using WeChat as a platform to deploy my services, right? Now, that in that path, what he is doing is the collection of data right now. Gagan, am I right?
Yes,
Am I putting
yes,
it correctly?
exactly.
Yeah, okay. Now you go step by step and show that.
So I'll go ahead and download this data file. It
Gagan,
will
you
be an
did not
Excel.
select all the data. I think it only downloads 25 data. Could you look at the CSV file? No, no, no.
Okay,
Look
let
at the
me.
CSV file. Yeah, see, only 25 files.
Yeah, probably.
That's
I think
okay.
it's.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I can go ahead and show for 25 data entries for the time.
No, no, no. Just go to export. I'll show you. Up. Yeah, export. Export. No, no, no. Yeah, export. And no, here what you need to do is okay. Can you make the selection? No, instead of there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
sure, sure, sure. I understand.
No, you don't need to do one by one, man. Just go up. I'll show you. You see that conference? There's a check box. Yeah, select. Does it help you download? Again, downloading the data is a complex animal.
No,
Yeah.
I just need to
Okay.
increase the entries per number.
I thought you can download all the results together.
Okay.
Now click on export without doing any of this. Okay, just click on export. Yeah, see, top
Yeah.
2000. Yeah, just again, guys, it's not complicated. I'm just showing you how to download a lot of data together because I use these platforms quite frequently, so I understand this. So now what is happening is he's collecting all that 494 articles and so on and so forth that have discussions about WeChat, and he's going to show you how to build a what do you call this, a dashboard out of it, so you can target what you want to kind of read, and that can solve your business application. Yeah, keep going.
So I'll paste this in my working folder. I'll keep the data here and I'll rename this to WeChat just for simplification. Okay. So now I have collected some data from the publications. This is just the process how to download. I have exported it to the CS format already. So now we can check our data once and see what we have it in the file. So we have a lot of information here. So let's say we want to see what the articles say about WeChat in the abstracts. So we'll try to build a word cloud from this so that we know what are the important words in this in the data that we have collected. We can go ahead with that. So for that, we'll open Power BI first of all. So I have already downloaded Power BI in my system, but you can do that by going to Microsoft Store. You can just search for Store in the start.
Again, while it's being loaded, what I want to say is you can use the web application using the address, like the Power BI, microsoft.powerbi.com, and then do the analytics there. Or the second way is you can download it as an app in your Microsoft Store, right? Both of them are fine. Last week, we just looked at how to build like the Power Apps application using the web. Now we are showing you how to do it using the app. Again, it's a different flavor, but the idea is just how to get things done. Okay, just a very basic example. Yeah.
So you just click on Get here, and you will get it in your PC. So I have already done that. So I'll skip this step, and then you can start the application. I'll just close this for once. You can search for Power BI now, and you will see an application here. Just click on it. So Power BI is now loading. This is the welcome screen for Power BI. So you can see these videos just to get an overview of, uh, of the platform as such. But we'll just click on Get Data, and we'll use our Excel file to import here. We click on Import Data from Excel. Then you can select text/CSV here and click on Connect. Then it will ask you which data file do you want to open. And as I have already selected the folder in which the file was downloaded, I'll just select the file that I renamed to WeChat and click on Open. Now this will load the data for us. So as you can see now, it has displayed all the data entries for us. We'll see our next step now. So we have done this. Now we'll click on Load. We'll load the data. some queries might not be loaded due to the missing columns, so that you can ignore. You can just click on close. Now we have our data set in Power BI. It has been added to our Power BI. And now we'll see our next step. So now we'll create a dashboard. So we'll create a word cloud. So we'll go into the visualize options and see import visual from a file. You can click on get more visuals. Okay, so we'll search for word cloud here. We'll select this. We'll add this.
Just like adding a template, right? So he just
Yes.
imports some kind of visualization that he needs, which is word cloud in our case. Again, why does he choose word cloud? Because reading one by one or looking at the abstract in terms of data is going to be complicated, right? So he just wants to make it a visual aspect. Word cloud is something that is very commonly used in data sciences, and he's not writing any code for it. He's just exporting it like a function and then kind of trying to show you how to build a word cloud using all the abstract. Abstract is like a summary of all the papers, okay? So something like this.
So these are the summaries of all the data that we have collected. Now we'll use word cloud here.
So all
You can
that
see with
text, that was what we had. And what we have now is the word cloud, that is like a visual representation that contains a majority of number of text that pops out in that complete set of articles that we download. Okay, you see that he moves the mouse and it will show you how many times. Of course, we can do some pre-processing and remove some verbs and nouns that we don't like and so on and so forth, but the base step is just this. Okay.
yeah. So you can see some interesting keywords here, like since WeChat is based in China, so you can see in all the data that we have collected, it is comes around 94 times. And there are some other keywords that are important. You can just explore these, and this is just the start of the dashboard. Now I'll show you the dashboard that I have created from a much bigger data set. This was just for the sample.
Uh,
Now I'll show you the data, the dashboard that I've already
Gagan,
created.
wait. Go back and show them filter. You see above this option,
Yes,
there's
sure.
like a filter option here. Like some words you don't need. Like for example, if you're looking for hotel, is there anything that says hotel? Or restaurant? Again, just to show you guys the possibilities in filter, you can filter some things. If you And again, it takes some time because it's running analytics on top of like 400, 500 papers or abstract of papers. But the point here is with a bigger data set, you can do much more. Okay. So these are some options you can explore. And then there are more visualization aspects, right? Like you can create the word cloud from other aspects like the time or the keywords or author names and so on and so forth. Okay. Yeah, he in this manual, he talks more about this. Yeah. Keep going, show them the bigger data set.
I'll just close this file and show you the sales data file.
Sales data, okay. So where this gets interesting is you can build some things like, oh, let's say I want to deploy app in WeChat as a platform or Android or build an Android application or an iOS application, right? So this is a good question, like which platform, right? And in terms of business, right, we always make this kind of calculations and trade-off. We can make a dashboard saying, hey, for let's say the hotel industry, right? Comparing these three platforms using word clouds and several other components that are available that you can explore with time, right? We can create a dashboard saying for this industry, this kind of dashboard is better, or this kind of platform is better based on these choices that you have collected in a dashboard. Okay, based on these analytics that you have collected in the dashboard. Again, creating a dashboard is going to be time taking. It's like building an app, right? You take the data, you make a word cloud first, you make a pie chart, you make a bar chart, and then you update the data and so on and so forth. See, he's building it bit by bit, scratch by scratch, right? And the point here is, again, it's the building process is very similar. Okay, so he's trying to build some graphs for another aspect of the data, or another feature of the data, like author citation, right? What it means is not relevant to us right now. But the point here is you can combine all this kind of visualizations for the data, for the background of which you understand much more, and then build a dashboard saying, okay, every time faced with a certain problem, I would, based on these intelligent components that I have collected in my dashboard, I'll make an informed choice, right? And you can save this, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Next time you have a similar question like which platform to choose for a given business, right? So my point is, again, it's reusable as a component, and then you can design it just like you design a web page. So it's like the design philosophy and the analytics philosophy and the ability to save it as Excel all combined into one unit, right? So that's what the point is, or that's what we're trying to get at in this discussion. And here, what I want you to see is you can kind of, for a given topic of your interest that you're working on your final projects, right? You could collect some data, and not just the publication data, any sort of data for that business problem, and then kind of build a very simple dashboard. And then we can together work with each other during the discussion time after the class, and then kind of try to add some components of using some code in Python to generate more visualization, look at the visualization library and import some components, and so on and so forth. We can keep building step by step to a complete dashboard that can help us make some business choices, right? Yeah.